Peace, peace, peace. Soul Tribe, yours truly, Ivory, Soul's Journey. What's going on, Soul Tribe? Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. I just feel good. I'm just going live because I feel good. I done got back home and I feel good. There's nothing wrong with going live. I mean, I got time for a few questions too, but I just went live because I feel good. You ever had that feeling you just feel good? I had an opportunity. We'll give y'all a couple minutes to come in here. That way I don't have to say it but once. Let me know. Don't forget to hit that like button as you're coming into the live stream and let me know if y'all can hear me as well. Where y'all checking in from this weekend? Texas in the building. Yeah, we is. Texas in the building. Where y'all checking in from? Texas in the building. We'll give y'all a couple minutes. I know everybody like, damn, what do you mean you feel good? Is that the title of your video? Yep. I feel good. I feel good. Da 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 da. Everybody doing okay? Everybody doing okay? I hope everybody's doing okay. Let me know where you're checking in from. Hit the like button as you enter the live stream. You know, I'm going to read something to y'all in a second here, but this is not no quote unquote tarot video, runner chaser video. It's not that. Hit the like button as y'all coming in. Let me know where you're checking in from. Let me know where you're checking in from. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I'm right here in Texas. Texas in the building. By way of Michigan. You know, there's a story. The reason why this Frankie Beverly thing is cool with me is because there's a story behind it. And I want to share this little story because that story had a connection to, or Frankie Beverly story, my personal Frankie Beverly story, has a connection to back home in Michigan. But even today is even just ironic. I mean, just ironic out of the blue. So my nephew, he's really my cousin, but I call him nephew and he called me unc, right? I'm older than him. But we'll talk about it a little bit here in a second. But I feel good because a good dude, hit that like button, y'all, as y'all coming into the live stream. Because a good dude, a good man, a good brother has transitioned this week. I'm not here to spin off of Frankie Beverly, just to share one story about this man that I can share pertaining to Frankie Beverly. Now, of course, we're going to have us a good one. We got Iowa in the building. What's up, Shamika? Yeah. My Frankie Beverly moment. That's all I'm going to call it. My Frankie Beverly moment. My Frankie Beverly moment. That's all it is. That's all. Just my little Frankie Beverly moment. Y'all come on in and hit the live chat. I didn't want to put it in the title. I might go back and change it, but it's just my little personal Frankie Beverly moment. What's up, Shamika? Alex, what's up? I feel good, so I went live. I was going to do 2 more bonus videos um, earlier at 3:33 and 5:55. But then I get this call, and it's a family member. Well, I get this here notification, and then it's a family member. So I ended up FaceTiming with this family member. Why is they messing with me? Damn. I mean, why are they messing with me? Why? But anyway, that's weird. Okay, there you go. So we FaceTime, and so my nephew, really my cousin, he was like, let me show you somebody. Let me let you see somebody. And so he take me over to his dad. Now his dad is my uncle, right? And so I'm looking at and he's in a nursing home. He's 10 years, a few months older than me. So he's like an uncle, but also a big brother, right? I'm telling you. Now listen. So today his 70th birthday. So they were celebrating his 70th birthday in the nursing home. And so I kind of felt some type of way because in the background, listen, I mean, I can show you the receipts and the timing just for the day. So I got an aunt, and but anyway, so a friend up in Philadelphia went live, and they was on location right there near where he grew up. Right there, what Spencer and Norwood Street. So I'm sure the video gonna probably be viral, but I mean it'll hit over 1 million probably tomorrow. But anyway, that's not what's important. What's unique and ironic is, and it's really just a blessing. My aunt Brenda. All right. So when he passed, we started talking, messaging each other because her sister, my other aunt, my mother's sister, probably that I know of, other than I guess you can say Frankie's family, was probably the #1 Frankie Beverly fan. She's deceased now. But her husband is in a nursing home now, right? So I'm sitting there, and so I said, "Oh, wait, Aunt Brenda would love this video. She loved her some Frankie. We all do." So I shared the video to my auntie's profile. Then I call my nephew back, FaceTime, and when he answered, he's at the nursing home. Well, guess what? It's my uncle's 70th birthday celebration they having at the nursing home in Memphis, Tennessee. So in the background, I promise you, if you go to my nephew's page on Facebook, Jerry Smith III, you'll hear Maze playing in the background, and you'll see my uncle. What I had already shared it, the video, the live video from Philly with my aunt. So now I'm FaceTime and I'm talking to Unc. Well, he ain't talking that much, but my cousin nephew is relaying the messages that I'm talking about to his dad. I mean, his dad was tight. Now check this here out. So they listening to Maze, and that's his favorite artist. I'm telling you. So guess who pops in the live? And I got a chance to talk to her. The same auntie, Aunt Brenda, is at my uncle's 70th birthday celebration at the nursing home that I shared the Frankie Beverly live homegoing block party in Philly. So I was like, wow. But now here's the other catch. That same uncle, this is one of the reasons why I feel good today. All this that's been going on, this good feeling, happy feelings, right, in the air. So that same uncle that's in the nursing home, he and my aunt, my mother's sister, in 1980, asked my mother if I can come, quote unquote, and babysit the same nephew cousin that's at the nursing home, his son and his sister, while they go out of town. Guess where they going out of town? New Orleans, Louisiana, to see Maze perform live November the 2nd, 1980. I'm back at their house. One's a police officer, one's a school teacher. I'm back at their house in Michigan, babysitting. I'm really not babysitting. I'm just over there. I was their favorite nephew, right? So I'm just over there. They trusted me at their home, even though I was a teenager, right? So now Frankie passed this week, and it's the same week that my uncle is having his celebration, his birthday, at the nursing home. So all of this Frankie music is playing. That 1980, when they got back, they were one of the first ones. I think they had some albums that Frankie Beverly autographed. So they brought back albums. But the album wasn't released until spring of 1981. Serious. Go back and look. So I'm like, wow. So ever since then, I just been a huge, since 1977, but since 1980, I've really been a huge Frankie Beverly fan. Bringing it on home. The way this is the first time, other than Biggie, if I'm not mistaken, that they've had such a huge block party for somebody who had passed away. And if you go on, I don't know if it's on YouTube. I don't know if Roberta shared it on YouTube, but I know she shared it on Facebook. But I shared the link. And if you go and you see it, it's really a feel-good moment. And the thing that I like is so many people, but the majority of the people are over age 50. And I'm going to tell you something. it the young folks, the older people, just a whole bunch of good people, and they put on a good homegoing right there at that intersection where he is from in Philadelphia. I'm gonna read in Detroit at Shane Park. Frankie was, when he was in Philly, Frankie he was with a small record label back in the 70s, early 70s. And then I don't know the exact But he ended up meeting Marvin Gaye's girlfriend. They were performing, the band was performing. If I'm not mistaken, they from Philadelphia, but it was in Detroit. So Marvin Gaye's girlfriend introduced Frankie at two, because they had a different name. It wasn't Maze, it was Soul or something, something of Soul or something. But anyway, so they introduced to Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye loved them. Then they signed with Motown and then got a deal with Capitol Records. What's my point? Every year in Detroit, at Shane Park, one thing was guaranteed, was a Motown review. Frankie performed at Shane Park every year. Aretha Franklin, all of the Motown greats. So growing up as a child and a teenager and a young adult, a lot of the music that people enjoy today, it come out of Detroit and Memphis. If you really think about it now, I'm not trying to, I'll just put it like this here. Those two cities, Memphis and Detroit, where I'm from, I've heard some of the best music I've heard, whether R&B, gospel, blues, I heard it. But I remember going to Shane Park in Detroit, seeing this dude every year. I know when he used to go on the road and he used to pack out coliseums and auditoriums, and everybody nationwide was showing him love. His home, Philly, and his home away from home, Detroit. Frankie Beverly performed in Detroit, Michigan. I would say outside of Philadelphia more than anywhere else. And I'm gonna tell you something. When you got people like Michael Jackson and the Jackson Fives, the Temptations, you got all of these people, Diana Ross and the Supreme, in the 70s and the 80s. I'm talking about Maze. You talking about Al Hudson in One Way. You talking about a whole lot of good music. And you just sit out there on the lawn in your lawn chair or stand up near the stage and it's jam packed with thousands, tens of thousands eventually. Shane Park. Hold up. Let me see if I can pull up. Let me pull up Shane Park in Detroit. Hold on. In my home. Check it out. All right. Hold on. All right, here you go. Here you go. 1 second. I'm going to read this here to y'all. I'm going to read this to y'all. All right. Out of Detroit. The joy, pain, and happy feelings Frankie Beverly shared with Detroit. I'm going to read this here. This is my own little way of saying appreciate you, Frankie. I shared the page, the video live from Philadelphia to my Facebook, and I shared the link to the community. Y'all don't, a lot of people, okay, let me just read it. It seemed like for years, there were two guarantees every Detroit summer. A storm-induced blackouts, remember those, and Frankie Beverly and Maze at Shane Park. There you go. Every year. Come rain, sleet, or snow. They all on the Facebook page right now. Come rain, sleet, or snow. Mays was going to be at Shane Park every year. Listen, Shane Park is, of course, now re-christening as the Aretha. It's now the Aretha Franklin Park. But for decades, the Bay Area via Philly band, whose front man, Beverly, died this week at age 77. 77 was the year he had that first big old album. Anyway, listen, would make a near annual stop at the outdoor venue. Beverly usually dressed in all white linen, as well as much of the crowd. Played countless shows in Detroit over the years, squeezing in one final stop. This was last year at the Aretha, which is the same as Shane Park in August 2023, amid the band's farewell tour. It's fitting that Mays spent considerable time in Detroit, considering an early chapter of their origin story begins with Motown in a way. After recording for a small label and not reaching any success, a chance meeting with Marvin Gaye's girlfriend in the early 70s led the band on a path to prosperity. Gaye, talking about Marvin Gaye, fresh off the success of What's Going On album, took the band on the road with him, where they were one of his opening acts for years. Marvin Gaye also suggested the band change its dead name from Raw Soul, that's what it was, Raw Soul, I knew it was something soul, to Mays. After Marvin Gaye died in 1984, Beverly and his band paid tribute with the cut Silky Soul. Y'all remember Silky Soul? Y'all remember Silky Soul? With lyrics of a man I knew who was smooth as smooth can be, his music smile, and his sweet, sweet melody. It was one of many hits in their repertoire, including Happy Feelings, Before I Let Go, Back in Stride, and Can't Get Over You. If one were to measure success by record sales, Mays astonishingly never sold millions upon millions of records, despite their songs, particularly Before I Let Go, becoming staples on Black radio and must plays at cookouts, weddings, and receptions. That's the connection with Mays. He toured and was on the road and went to so many cities, even though that R&B movement, there was a lot of competition. But anyway, it says here, but their constant touring, see, rock solid catalog and loyal fan base earned comparisons to the Grateful Dead, another band who technically never reached dizzying heights of commercial success when compared with other omnipresence in the culture. Detroiters were certainly loyal. At the close of his talk radio show, at the late Angelo Henderson always offered words of encouragement and wisdom as Mays's We Are One, lyrically a plea for a relationship to heal, can be interpreted as communities need to come together as well, play in the backyard. I remember, what's his name? R. Kelly said that he was inspired to do Backyard Party by Mays for before I let go, because everybody played it. All right, it says that song, arguably one of the Mount Rushmores of Detroit anthems. We Are One, right? Was produced by hometown wonder Helliver, earning him enough radio play for other artists like Doughboys, Cash Out to seek him out. Y'all know that was my boy, Detroit native, and Quiet Storm legend Donnie Simpson. Shout out to Donnie Simpson. Y'all know him from BET, another homie. Posted in the wake of Beverly's passing, I love you so much, my brother. And I didn't even know. Okay, so not my aunt that was May's number one fan, but I got another aunt. She and I share a huge Mays fan though. She's older than my mother's sister. This is my grandmother's brother daughter. Listen, so our birthdays is the same day. So my birthday is 3 days after May's. So if Mays came anywhere near Michigan, within 500 miles, my two aunties and my uncle, they gone. They gone. They didn't miss. Yeah, we had them in the summertime, everybody, but when it comes to music, I've been around music all of my life. In my family, there's bands. I played in school, in church. But I have to say that that's one R&B artist that if you got anybody in your family, we'll even give them 45 years old, but anybody in your family 50 years or older, they done heard Mays in their house. They have heard Mays in at a backyard, before backyard party with R. Kelly. And boy, to see my uncle today at the nursing home, I kind of felt some type of way because it was like me looking at my pops again from last summer. And I'm not saying anything other than that, but it just reminded me of how my cousin, my nephew, is there with his dad at the nursing home on his 70th birthday. And then now, that's the same man who asked me to come and sit at his house, not really babysit, but stay there with Keisha and Jerry Jr. while they go to New Orleans, Louisiana in November of 1980 to go to this concert, Mays Live in New Orleans. So now he is in a nursing home listening to Mays. I just thought that was really, really ironic that he would be in there November the 14th, 1980. Yep. November the 14th, 1980. Wow. Time does not stand around. Wow. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all this album cover. How many of y'all remember this album cover? How many of y'all remember that album cover? If you remember that album cover, drop a comment. If you remember that album cover, drop a comment. What else? If you remember this, Mays, Frankie Beverly, November the 14th. They left on November the 2nd. They was gone for 2 weeks. How many of y'all remember that? I know y'all got it on y'all's phones, or you can pull it up. New Orleans. And I'm going to say this here in my closing. We're in that time. Hold on. That's my uncle earlier at the nursing home. And that young man there, his son, that's who I had to babysit. That's who I had to babysit. Old knucklehead Joker, that's my guy though, right? Him and his sister. So I got in the live the other day. I felt good. That's live in Philadelphia. That's the video that's going viral for the block party for Mays. And I know they did something in Detroit, and they probably knowing them in Detroit, they gonna do something else as well. Yeah, but that's Unc. That's Unc waving at me right there. That man right there was at Mays and Frankie Beverly live in New Orleans concert. No shit. And I got to celebrate video time with him and show him. I was like, they cutting up in Philly, they cutting up in Philly, and he liked it. He loved 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 it. What's going on, y'all? Y'all all right? So that made my day right there. If I don't get nothing else, that would made my day. It was just a coincidence that all of this was going down. So I got to head to Memphis soon and go by and see Unc. I'm going to show y'all a picture that I've never showed y'all. I'm going to show it quick because I don't want nobody just snatching it. But that's Pops. That was my Pops in his final moments last year. Yeah. This Pops back home in Detroit at Motown. He was live. Pops had a big following. I mean, white people, black people. He said it don't make no difference. They white, black, or pea green. Yeah, that was dude. So we're gonna do something special. You know, we got you, Pops. We got you, dude. We got you. I just like doing. That's the cartoon version. And then that's the actual photo at my shop. Right? What up? Hey, guided by spirituality. Hey, tell him about that maze. I know some of y'all in here, y'all drop some comments. I don't want to be the one just talking. Tell him about that maze, now. Man, I'm telling you, man. Shane Park, guaranteed free concert every year. Motown Review Festival at the park, Shane Park. Yeah. And it was really nice. It was different because You knowing that the rest of the world is loving Michael Jackson and Marvin Gaye and Mays and Diana Ross and the Temptation. You know the rest of the world is loving them. And you see these folks regular. You can go to Aretha Franklin's dad's church. If she was in town, she went by, what was that? Second Ebenezer. She went by her dad's church, First Ebenezer Baptist Church in Detroit. And you can go in there and go in the service, and you might see Aretha Franklin on the organ or the piano. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. When I had my gospel music production company in Detroit back in the 90s, Michael Hammond, Michael Hammond used to be my engineer and producer for all of my shows. Well, his brother, Fred Hammond, I'm sure y'all know Fred Hammond. My oldest son and Michael Whiting's, right? Son, one of his sons. They was on the same Pee Wee football team back home in Detroit. I can go on and on and on, but the point being is those days. I mean, you like Happy Feelings. Says so many songs. Golden Time of the Day. Yeah. Yeah. The soul of our culture in Black America. And it was something about Frankie Beverly. I think his birthday was December the 6th. But it was something about Frankie Beverly and family reunions is what I'm also trying to say. In the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, roll right on over into the 2000s. But it was something about family reunions, barbecues, good together, good time, good feel music. You know, you know you got. I mean, when you look at that block party and all the crime that probably goes on in that neighborhood now, I don't know. But for that day on the 12th, what's the date? A couple of days ago. Man, them folks was having a good time. I can turn the music down. Just in case y'all, because I know YouTube gonna flag me with they self. Watch this here. Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna make it to over 1 million, but the goal was not, it wasn't no goal. I was just saying, Roberta, I'm telling you, that video gonna do over 1 million views. But it's just somebody that just so happened to be there live and was just showing it, right? Hold on. I know YouTube gonna mess with me. That's all right. YouTube, I don't own the rights to the music. But that's live in Philly. Now, I know y'all would like to hear it, wouldn't you? I know they're gonna. Live in Philly. That's right in his hood. Right near his spot. How many views so far? That's on my Facebook page. Hey, I'm telling you. Sorry, YouTube. Say he played a role in all those who appreciated his music. I'm telling y'all, the man was an icon as far as family get-togethers, family gatherings. Nobody played, not when I was growing up. Very few groups got the reception when it came to family gatherings, family reunions, birthday parties, backyard barbecues, then Mays. So you saw him in Orlando at the zoo. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Silky Soul. Silky Soul, that was a tribute song, Shamika, from Mays, from Frankie Beverly to the late Marvin Gaye in 1984. Silky Soul. Yeah. Mays was, I'm telling you, he was just I'm going to tell y'all another one. Al Green. Everybody used to know from Memphis, my birthplace, Al Green. Everybody had them some Al Green. And I bet you better not be over 50 years old. I bet you your parents had Marvin Gaye, Al Green, and Frankie Beverly and Mays in the house. And of course the Isley brothers. Them days is gone. What you just saw in that video, the reason why so many people liked that video and shared that video, because they can remember the parties. Up north in the Midwest, we used to have what we call basement parties, including backyard. My 16th birthday party was in the basement. And of course, yeah, Mays played. So you can tell by the look in your eyes that you're falling in love with me. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, the man, baby making music. Shit, I'm telling you, we had every Mays album, singles. My uncle, the one you see in the nursing home. I got receipts for y'all today. The one in the nursing home. His son sent me this. He still got old stereos and shit like that, old albums. And yes, he got Mays. I got it. That's running away. Down, 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 down. We need them. And yeah, that's right. That's the original at somebody's house right now. A family member. You got the feeling that I got the feeling I. Yeah, there it is right there. That's the 45. That's the wax. They said that's the wax. That's the wax. That's live in New Orleans right here. The single. Live in New Orleans. I'm telling you. He still got the album cover. Of course he gonna keep it. Who was on this here 33? They had the introduction, then I Need You. Then they got who else is Changing Times. joy and pain. So back in the day, for those of you who are young, we used to have what was called them 33s. See that 33? And on a 33, you can put up to 4 songs, 3 to 4 songs, or 3 songs in the introduction. There it is right there. 33s. What y'all call a single today or a promo, but it's 3 and in an introduction. That's why they call it 33s. So your mom still got. So that man that I showed y'all that was in the hospital, in the nursing home, those records I just showed you, his son, the one that I showed you, Junior, that I babysit, didn't really babysit. I just had to sit there with him. That's the album cover right there, the inside album cover. I said, man, you got to send me a picture, man, just so that I can have it, because I know where I was when they dropped this here. Look at that 8-track. Who remember the 8-track tapes? 8-track. You can get it on 8-track. Look at that. You can get it on the LPS. The LPS, that's the album, or you can get it on the 33 3/4. There it is right there. Look at California. Y'all remember Southern Girl? All of that. There it is right there. There it is. Side 1 and side 2. That's the original album cover. Barcodes and all. I like that. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Guided by Spirituality. Shamika, y'all remember that album cover? Y'all don't remember that album cover. If you remember that album cover, you might be over 50 years old. If you remember that album cover, you might be over 50 years old. I ain't gonna tell nobody your age. So your mama still got all of the records. Hey, 45s and 33s all day, and 78s all day long. All day. Cassettes. They got here 8-track tape. 8-track tape. Damn. That's old. 8-track tape. Cartridge. If you play 8-track tape, you over 50. 8-track tape, huh? See, they did it live that year, November 1980, but it was released after the first of the year in 1981. The album was released. The live recording was right here in New Orleans, but the album was released on wax, as they say, nationwide. But they had wax copies at the concert, and he autographed a lot of them. Yeah, he did. My uncle got one. Look at Uncle. So I feel good. So your first stereo was 8-track. Hey, they still hitting it up. They hitting it up on my Facebook. I'm telling y'all, it was what? Probably about 45, 50 people in that live when I got in there a couple of days ago that had watched it. About 45 people when I got in there. And that was on the 12th, a couple of days ago. Now it's over, almost at 1 million. and rising. And I told her, I said, Roberta, I'm telling you, it's gonna be over 1,000,000. You know they love some maize now, Roberta. It's gonna be over 1,000,000. Look at that. See that? That was my cousin Shirley Jones. Everybody sharing it now. That's my cousin Shirley Jones. Hey, I'm telling you, you ain't gonna get no closer than that to a maize homegrown tribute. Them folks having a good time. YouTube, I don't own the rights. This is for the brothers. Damn. Said with turntables. Hey, that song brings back. I remember my mom and dad dancing in the living room to maize. That's just how far back that song goes. That music goes. In Detroit, in Michigan, in Flint, stepping in Chicago, stepping was the thing. And that Flint and Detroit two-step, the Motown step, see it. A lot of people, when I be looking at people, they stepping wherever they is around the country, I still can see they gonna do that turn. But a lot of them, that shit came from Michigan. I'm just claiming it Motown because that was the core of our culture in the 60s, late 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Yeah. Wow. I done seen all of them. I'm not saying I know all of them, but I done seen them all. Back then, it wasn't social media. You didn't have you didn't have cell phones. People had them Polaroid one-step cameras. Hey, guided by spirit, yeah. Who remember the Polaroid one-step camera? You better not tell me you remember Polaroid one-step, and then it come out, and you wave it, and you wait for it to develop. Yeah, that's what we had. And them was the pictures we had. It was in photo albums. So you had one king. And them pictures from them Polaroid one steps was in more photo albums growing up than anything else. Polaroid one step. Then they came out with the Kodak instant cameras. And then you would have to take it to the pharmacy and get them developed. And then you put those in the photo album. So I just feel good today. I got time to spend time with the only person living that I can say was live in New Orleans, November the 14th, 1980. They left November the 2nd and was gone for 2 weeks. I went to school from my uncle's and aunt's house. I sure did. I surely did. While they was gone. Yeah. So you used to fan them and shit while the picture coming through. Yeah, that's what you did. Sometimes if you fan them too much, you'll get a blur. We used to hold them up to the sun or to the light. Yeah. But you weren't supposed to hold it up to the light. You were supposed to they develop in a dark room. So if you had the light out, like if you take it with the light on, and then it come out, if you turn the light out, we found out that they develop and it's a lot better quality picture than it is with the light on. But you want to have the light on when you take it. Yeah. So I got the chance to do the FaceTime with the family, with Unc, and just seeing him smiling and waving and knew who I was. That's a blessing. So they would streak on the picture. Yeah. If you held them too hard or if your finger touched the front of the Polaroid, you used to have to hold it by the corner and shit. You holding the picture like this here. Yeah. Now it's like, damn. But yeah, so as soon as I saw that video, it brought back memories. Shane Park. Eventually they started, I think he did a couple of them at Hart Plaza in Detroit. This is all downtown. But Shane Park, every year, Motown. And then they would bring in acts outside of Motown, like the Isley Brothers, Kool and the Gang. Who else was there? So many people every year. The Motor City Festival, the Summerfest. I mean, damn. Grace, you ain't got no Polaroid one step. And if you got a Polaroid one step in the closet, I'm not saying you don't, but if you got one, man, if it works, and you better not have no film, don't you have the box, you got a lot of money. That's a collector's item. A Polaroid one step with the little orange or red button, and it's up, it come out. Shit. You said you still got a Polaroid camera. I'm telling you, if you got a Polaroid one step and the box and some film and it works, man, I'm telling you, if you got film and that joker work, put it online and do an auction. I guarantee you'll have a lot of people interested in that Polaroid one step. I'm telling you. You might get some thousands. I'm serious. You don't know if it works. You might get some thousands. I'm telling you. For a Polaroid one step, man, don't mess around and have a stereo in your house that's got a working 8-track tape player. That is worth money. You got old people, rock and roll bands and shit, or people that was in the music, or people that just are collectors. If you got a stereo system, they used to call it a hi-fi. Curtis Mathis, big long ass, heavy ass, solid wood. They used to have one that was called Curtis Mathis in Solid State. Y'all remember that? General Electric. That's old. That's old school. That's old school. Yeah, you need to get digging. I'm telling you, that bad boy worth some money. A Polaroid one step camera working. Man, I go get it. So you don't have it in film. No, That Polaroid automatic. We used to call it the instant camera, Shamika. That Polaroid instant camera, where you had to go and take it to the drugstore and get the film developed, and then you come back up there and you pick out your pictures. You get your pictures. That's old. That's before the Polaroid one step. The one step was an upgrade, automatic. You get the picture on the spot, as opposed to having to take it to go get it developed. Man, yeah, that solid state flow model with that 8-track tape player and the turntable, and man, then they came out with FM stereo. We had AM. Use the shit if you had FM. Now they got everything. If you had that, what he talking about, the floor model with an 8-track tape player, oh shit, you finna have you some parties. Everything came out on wax and then 8-track cartridges, 8-track tape player. I still got family members who got old cars with 8-track tape players in them with the cartridges, and they work. And they ain't gonna sell it. I said, so what you gonna do when you pass away? Well, I'm gonna give it to one of these young kids now. They finna sell that joke. You might well go and sell it and enjoy it yourself. I'm telling you, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to pop in. We'll see y'all here a little bit later on. But I just wanted to share that with y'all. They might flag the video. I don't give a damn. We did that. 8-track tape with the TV in the middle turntable. Yeah, the TV in the front. Oh man, then we had color. It was called Technicolor. Technicolor. And he used to have them 3 color lines going. That's when, and then it said across that Technicolor. Yeah, that's old school. That's old school. Technicolor. Man. Had the rabbit ear antennas on the back of the flow model coming from the back side of the TV. UHF, VHF. That was what we had. So you telling your age tonight? Yeah. Those were, to me, the golden days. Let me tell you, I can't speak for everybody's family, but I can say, compared to today, there were more big families and families with both parents at home back in the 60s and the 70s when I come up. I'm not saying it everybody, because there was a lot of brothers that came back from that Vietnam War, and then a lot of them doing the civil rights movement and all these other cultural movements, the Panthers and the Nation of Islam. They just started locking brothers up, right? And then they, a lot of the sisters was going into public housing and things of that nature. So that's when the family, that was all systematically designed, but that's when the family start to be more divided. And you had single parent homes. Yeah, that's true. But today was just one of those moments that I got to share with my uncle on his 70th birthday. A man, the only person that I know living, that was live in New Orleans on November the 14th, 1980. So so you love your old school. Hell yeah. Aluminum foil for the antenna. Yeah. Yeah. Aluminum foil. Sometimes you'd have to use the knife. One of them butter knives. Man. Them days will never be in our culture again, unless it's in the future. Not right now. What you saw, how you saw those people in the street, man, in the summertime, every weekend, somewhere, there was a block party that looked just like that. That's what I grew up around. Every weekend, somewhere in the city, there was a block party. A block party. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it looked just like what I just showed you with Maze. That was normal. A lot of bands back in the day, they got they start playing in the garage and at block parties. I'm not lying. Then the next thing you know, they go on to what we call get noticed or get seen by somebody, and they say the rest is history. Yeah. Yeah, wire clothes hangers. Mm-hmm. Wire clothes hangers. Use those for antennas. Man, y'all sitting up here telling folk how old y'all is. Y'all need quit. Quit telling folk y'all ages. Say you shared the video on Facebook, that million views is in the bag. I'm telling you. I was just honored that they said, hey, they going live in Philly. And then I saw the notification. Then somebody sent it to me, and I was like, oh, shit, this live? Let me hop in here. Put my little 2 cents in. Yeah. So it was just one of those moments. And then get to share it with, um, then they get to share it with my uncle. The same man that I babysit for him to go to the live recording in New Orleans is the same man that I just shared a live homegoing celebration. And I know my cousin Junior, when my uncle see that and he hear that and he see all them people, and Junior tell him, yeah, Daddy, that's they celebrating Frankie Beverly passed away. He know now that Frankie Beverly passed. And they was playing his music at his birthday at the nursing home today. So when everybody gone and it's just him and Junior there, my uncle gonna look at that video over and over and over. He watches that Maze live recording in New Orleans regularly. One of the favorite things he likes to watch. Because he can sit there proudly say, I was there. Me and my wife, we was there. That's right. Block parties, it wasn't shoot 'em up, bang, bang. And the city lets you close down, you barricade the street, one end this way, the cross street, that way, that way. You got a block. And it used to be jam packed block parties. Everybody bringing something to the block party. Man, that shit, man. I love my people. I love our culture. And I love our music. It's etched in me. Serious. We'll see y'all. Peace.